Ever get halfway through a sock and hit a total disaster? Drop stitches, ladders between the needles, holes at the gusset, or socks that just don't fit right? Oh, friend, you are not alone. Today I am breaking down the most common sock knitting problems and, more importantly, exactly how to fix them. By the end of today's episode, you'll feel totally ready to tackle any sock mishap with confidence. Let's rescue those whips and get your socks looking flawless. So this week's episode is all about troubleshooting, because let's be honest, sock knitting is so rewarding, but it's not always smooth sailing. Whether you're a beginner or you've been knitting socks for years, we all run into snags, literally. So today I'm covering the top problems I hear about from knitters and my favorite solutions to help you get back on track fast. And no, the solution isn't necessarily to just stop knitting socks forever. So the most common problem, the dreaded ladder between needles. Okay, well, what is that, Jenna? It's the annoying little gap or loose stitches where your needles come to meet, mostly on DP ends or magic loop. Why does it happen? Well, it's all about the tension. When you switch needles, your yarn can loosen slightly, creating that ladder effect. It's hard, you have to pull it very tight to make sure that there's no gaps there. When you're knitting with DPNs, it's going to happen with the amount of DPNs you have every join. If you're doing magic loop, it's going to happen once or twice there. That's one of the reasons I love 9-inch circulars. Some people find them tight. I love to knit with them. So how do we fix it? After transitioning to a new needle, give a firm tug on your working yarn for the first couple of stitches. It's going to pull it right in there. You could also try shifting your stitches every few rounds so you're not always creating ladders in the same place. Problem is, just be careful to make sure you don't lose sight of the beginning of the round, or you'll end up with a whole other set of sock issues. Try different needles. Sometimes switching from DPNs to 9-inch circs or magic loop can make a big difference. When I switched to 9-inch circs, my ladder issues cleaned right up. I swear by them. Jenna, I've got holes at my gusset corners. Oh, there's those gussets again I keep telling y'all about. Why are we getting those? Well, those pesky little holes, they show up when you pick up stitches at the heel flap. You can either go ahead and accept them as decorative. Some people do. Some people don't mind them. They think of them as little eyelets, little lacy eyelets there. It happens when you're at the gaps when you turn the heel. It's totally normal, but it's annoying. And if they're not all uniform, it can look a little wonky. Unless you're good at making the gaps look real. I mean, like eyelets. How to fix it? Pick up an extra stitch on each side of the gusset and decrease it out later. Just make sure you decrease it so you get back to the correct original stitch count. Use a crochet hook and tighten up any gaps when you even your ends. That's why I love having a crochet hook on hand in all my project bags. Try the twist and pick up method. Twist the stitch before you pick it up to close the gaps instantly. Or you could try what I do sometimes, which is take a little bit of the yarn and I just kind of weave it through to tighten that up myself afterwards. Or do what I do on the other hand too, is just don't knit a gusset and try short rows instead. Trust me, you're welcome. Problem 3, my socks are too loose or too tight. Can't get them onto my foot. Do you have a stretchy did you use a stretchy cast on? Make sure your cast on's stretchy enough that it'll go ahead and expand. Make sure you have the correct amount of negative ease in the number of stitches and in the length. So it's your beautiful sock either slides off your foot or squeezes like a vice grip. Ugh, right? It's usually a gauge issue. Maybe the pattern doesn't match your yarn's stretchiness. Did you swatch? How are we going to fix it? Always swatch. Yes, I know I'm saying it again. And yes, I know I hate to swatch. Swatch. For a snugger fit, go down a needle size. For more room, try increasing the stitch count or going up a needle size. Test your yarn stretch. 100% wool versus wool nylon blend can make a big difference. And again, make sure you've got the proper amount of negative ease, especially if you don't want your sock slipping off, and then a stretchy cuff or stretchy cast on and cuff to make sure you can get it on your foot if it's too tight. Okay, Jenna, holes in the heel or the toe after wearing. Oh, right. I know. You know how much I have to darn socks for my mother. So wear and tear that turns your beloved socks into Swiss cheese, right? It's one of the reasons I stopped knitting socks for my mom. I mean, quite honestly, I was repairing her socks literally all the time. So what does it happen? Heels and toes, they have a lot of friction. If you're wearing them under sneakers, your heels are rubbing up against the back, your toes are rubbing up against the front. And if you're using a thin yarn or a no nylon blend, they can wear out faster. One that doesn't have a lot of tight ply to it, they'll wear them out quicker. So what can we do about that? Reinforce the heels and toes with a nylon thread held double while knitting. That's if you really need some extra power in there. Normally though, a regular old sock yarn will do just fine. Choose yarns with at least 20% nylon for built-in durability. That would mean 80% of other fibers, either merino, superwash, or merino cashmere. And then darn early. If you spot a thin patch, repair it before it becomes a hole. Don't put it off. Don't wait. Pull those socks out of rotation and deal with them. I have a couple of socks I need to darn right now. Or make sure the wearer has toenails that won't grab and snag the socks. That's my reason for always wanting to get pedicures every couple of weeks. Keep my nails good for socks. You don't want to end up darning your socks all the time. You're welcome for that tip and for a way to justify your pedicures. Jenna, my stitches are twisted or misshapen. Okay, we're going to assume you're not a lefty like me. Okay, let's just put that out there to start with. So what is it? Your stitches are going to look slanted, twisted, or uneven, making your socks look messy. Okay, why? It's often a knit purl direction issue, especially if you're new to knitting in the round. What you're going to want to do is double check your stitch mount. Make sure that right leg, oh, this is your yarn. Make sure that right leg is in front of the yarn, okay? Otherwise, you're going to have a twisted stitch. It's going to be all wonky. Right leg front. Watch your tension, especially on purl stitches. Our purl tension is generally different than our knit tension. Basically, nobody likes to purl, which I don't understand why, because I love to purl. But a lot of people don't, so their tension is going to be different, and it's going to reflect that. Use stitch markers to track your pattern and catch mistakes early. Okay, that's very important. You don't want to have to frog back, and you don't want to have to go and repair something 30 rounds earlier. And don't worry, my fellow soft paws will cover all the lefty adjustments we need to make to stitches in an upcoming episode. It is such a right-handed world. I've got you covered in a future episode. Don't worry about it. So how about some more of Jenna's pro tips for sock knitting success, right? Keep a sock log. Track your yarn, your needle size, your gauge, and any tweaks that you make. It's a lifesaver for future pairs. Download my free sock log. You will love it. Knit both socks at the same time on 2 sets of needles to avoid second sock syndrome. I suffer terribly from second sock syndrome. I have a drawer full of unmatched socks. But you know, it's a fashion statement. The only thing I've really found to cure that problem, though, is going to knit a hat. Don't be afraid to frog. Every mistake teaches you something new. It's really okay. And don't forget, mistakes make it look a little bit more handmade as opposed to somebody wondering if a machine made it. So grab your free troubleshooting checklist. I put together a free sock troubleshooting checklist that covers everything from today's episode. Step-by-step solutions you can print or save to your phone for quick reference. Grab the download link below to get your free copy. That's a wrap on this week's episode. Sock knitting might come with a few hiccups, but you've got this. You can do this. Every pair you make gets easier. Every pair you make gets easier. And now that you've got my favorite fixes in your back pocket, got a sock problem I didn't cover? Drop me a comment on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. I love hearing what you're working on. Plus, it helps with the algorithm. Until next time, keep knitting, keep learning, and keep creating with joy.